Hello and welcome to Driving with Todd, and I'm Todd. Yes, I loved Yes from 1970 to 1974. The last Yes album I purchased was Relayer. I was moving away from prog rock. Okay, I was big into glitter, that was starting to die, and then I was looking for other things to listen to. I mean, the last Pink Floyd album I bought was Wish You Were Here. The last Genesis album I bought was Foxtrot, and so on and so forth. So the second half of the 70s, I was pretty much away from the prog rock scene. I didn't get back into prog again until the 80s when King Crimson was starting to put out some albums. Yes had put out some albums. Pink Floyd was putting out some albums. And then I was picking these up and starting to listen to them again. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to look at some of the music that I missed in the second half of the 70s by prog rock bands. The first one I wanted to take a look was Tormato by Yes. That came out in 1978 and was the last album to feature John Anderson on vocals and Rick Wakeman on keyboards. Two artists I love. I love John Anderson's voice, and very few people play keyboards as well as Rick Wakeman. He is just dynamite. So I kind of looked at Wikipedia at the album and why it was recorded and all this stuff. And then they had a nice track listing to say, here's a song, here's why they wrote it, this is what it's about, and I thought that was kind of cool. One song that I saw, though, on there that I had already heard was Don't Kill the Whale. Okay, that was a single by them, and I heard it on probably FM radio here and there. But that's the one song that I did hear, so I said, nah, I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do one I've never heard before. This is the first time I'm going to hear it, and then kind of give you what I thought about the song. So the one that I'm going to do is called Release, Release. It's the last track on the first side. And it sounds real interesting to me, so I thought, okay, this is the one we're going to listen to, see where it goes. And the video that I picked, now I've not watched the video, but from reading the description on the video, a guy took concert footage and then overlaid the album version on the concert footage. And I always kind of like those kind of videos because now you're hearing how they recorded in a studio, but you actually get to see them almost like perform it, though it's just synchronizing the studio to whatever they're doing on stage. So here we go with Yes from Tormato. And this, I want to show you the cover of the album. Sorry, this is the cover of the album. If you've never seen the cover, I remember seeing this cover in the stores, and I always thought it was really cool. But there was always something else that I wanted to buy, and like I said, I was kind of just moving away from the prog scene. Now again, love prog, and I guess I always did. So now we'll go into the video called "Release, Release" by Yes from the Tormato album. Okay, the first minute, I always kind of like to stop at the first minute and just kind of talk a little bit about the song. I mean, this is really very much Yes. This is how I remembered Yes from Close to the Edge and Topographic Ocean and Relayer. They had this sound where it was the drums, and then you got the keyboard, is very typical keyboard, and then the guitar work. Very, very much like those albums. And then John Anderson's voice comes in. So the beginning is I mean, it's classic Yes. I mean, there's no way this could be anybody else but Yes. I'm going to start this over. I'm going to go all the way. I'm only 49 seconds into this song, so we're going to start this over. stop right there. It looks like that's Jason Morantz on keyboard and not Rick Wakeman. Again, this was a made up video by a YouTuber out there. I was hoping it was going to show Rick Wakeman playing keyboards because that's who's actually playing the keyboards. The other thing about the song, I mean, it's very much so far driven by John Anderson's vocals, and I'm hoping we're about halfway through the song. I'm hoping that we get more into some instrumental pieces because I think that's what I always enjoyed about Yes is their long instrumental breaks. John Anderson's got a great voice, but to me they were never really a vocal band. They were more of an instrumental band, and he just kind of fit in with singing some lyrics in here to hold the thing together. So far it's been a lot of John Anderson singing. I'm hoping they do some long musical break in here, although we've only got about 3 minutes left. So let's see where we go with this. I'm going to just bring it back just a little bit and then start it up. Stop right there. I read from Wikipedia this part of the song, so I wasn't quite sure what they meant when they explained it in Wikipedia. But they said they double tracked the drums because they didn't have enough power when they actually listened to it through the first time, so it gave it a lot more power, which it really did. And then they added the audience sound because they thought that the drum solo and the guitar needed something extra than them just playing. So they put in the audience cheering and clapping simply to add a little bit of atmosphere to the solo. Now, personally, I don't think it would have needed it. That drum solo is really pretty cool. Really like that. And of course, Steve Howe's guitar is always good. He did a great job on that guitar solo. Just really liked it. He's such a great guitarist. So that's what I read, and it's like, okay, that's what they were talking about. It was the audience to try to fill in some space between the drumming and the guitar. Wouldn't have needed it. I think this would have been great with just the drum solo and the guitar solo. So let's go back and play this a little bit more. Let's go back. I want to get back to, not sure if this is where it is. Okay. Love Chris Squire's bass playing though. Right from the beginning, his bass is just like going nuts. I mean, he's just up and down, up and down, up and down. Just really, really love his bass playing. Little disappointed there wasn't more keyboard in here. I mean, there was keyboard throughout, but there wasn't like a keyboard solo. Hear Rick Wakeman do a keyboard solo. I think that would have added to this. There's a little bit of that at the end, before they went into the refrain, release, 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 release at the end of the song. Right before that, there was like, a 5 second keyboard thing going on, with probably a Moog. It sounded like it was a synthesizer. Good song though. I mean, this is very typical. Yes, like I had mentioned earlier, a lot like, close to the edge, topographic ocean, relayer, very much like that. So I like it. I mean, I like it. Little disappointed in that this was probably a little bit longer. This could have been another minute or two longer with a little bit more musical breaks in there, and less vocals. But otherwise, I think it was a good song. I loved Steve Howe's guitar solo. Just great guitar solo. He is such a great guitarist. So this was Release by Yes, a track that I've never heard before. I'll have to go back and pull some more Yes from some of those albums that I missed in the late 70s, and listen to some more. Like Going for the One, I've never heard that album either. I do have it on vinyl. In fact, I have both of these on vinyl. I purchased some used from thrift stores, but have never listened to them. Like I said in many of my videos, I have so many records and CDs and whatever. Just don't have enough time in the day to listen to it all. So I hope you enjoyed Release by Yes, and enjoyed my first viewing of this song and this video. And if you did, hit the like button. That'd be really cool. If you have some comments about Yes and Release, or maybe the Tormato album, put it in the comments below. That'd be really cool. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel. Do it right now. Subscribe. Hit the bell, and you'll get updates to my latest videos. And with that, I'm hoping your day is just the most wonderful day you've ever had, and that it put a big smile on your face. And peace out, baby.